They closed me in with prayers and pine, said soft goodbyes, pretended fine. The crowd walked off, the preacher lied, but you stood still, stepped aside. You held the hammer, knew the weight, but let one nail escape my fate. And in that space where silence grew, I heard the truth, and so did you. You forgot the last nail, left one breath and broke the seal. The dirt was fresh, the dark was thin, and I still felt the world within. You thought the grave would end the tale, but you forgot the last nail. The wood split soft beneath my hand, the coffin sighed like shifting sand. You turned your back, you lit your smoke while I was clawing through the oak. The worms were blind, but I was not, still tasting fire. You thought I'd lost, it ain't revenge, I come to find, just proof you left your mark behind. You forgot the last nail, left me inches from the sun. You should have sealed it cold and clean, but doubt slipped through where hope had been. Now every hoofbeat tells your tale. You forgot the last nail. Forgot the last nail, and now I ride beneath your sin. The grave don't shut when hands hold back, it breathes and lets the dark slip in. You buried me with fear and fail. You forgot the last nail. I heard the prayers you didn't mean, felt the dirt fall in between. You walked off thinking I was done, but death don't stick to everyone. The box was weak, the grave too wide. You left me room to change my mind. Now here I stand, boots full of mud, not dead enough to miss the blood. Didn't nail the lid, now I'm here with rusted breath and a trail of fear. Your sins still whisper in my ear. You should have made that coffin clear. The worms were kind, the dark was long, but vengeance keeps the spirit strong. No tombstone could forget my name, the cold just sharpened up the flame. You drank your peace, you slept so sound, but some things don't stay underground. I brought my shadow, left the rest. You'll know me by what haunts your chest. Didn't nail the lid, now I'm here, risen slow through smoke and smear. You kiss the past now, feel it near, a breath behind, a hoof step clear. Like a borrowed coat, now I ride with fire in my throat. No preacher's words, no heaven's gate, just me in the weight of a shallow fate. Didn't nail the lid, now I'm here. You'll see my shadow when night draws near. A crack in the wood, should have buried me in fear. You should have buried me in fear. Heard the shovel scrape the sky, felt every tear you didn't cry. You turned away while I still prayed. Too soon to go, too late to stay. I spoke your name but no one heard. Buried beneath the world blurred, I begged the dark to let me be, but dirt was all that answered me. I was still breathing dirt, still dreaming of the sky. You closed that box too early, didn't even say goodbye. My hand still reached for morning, my heart still full of hurt, but all you saw was silence while I was still breathing dirt. You carved a stone with words I hate. Rest in peace felt like escape, but peace don't come when hope still burns, and time don't stop, it just returns. You left too fast, the nail half drove, and I rose up through roots and loam. Not for revenge, I came back slow, still chasing what I used to know. I was still breathing dirt, still crying through the clay. You thought the grave would hold me, but love don't rot away. I ain't a ghost with hatred, I'm just a soul that hurt, still reaching through the silence, still breathing in the dirt. Don't call it death if the fire stays lit. Don't bury me if I ain't quit. The sky still holds my name out loud, and I still walk beneath the begging for one more sun. You thought my song had ended, but I'd only just begun. I'm not here just to haunt you. I came back raw and hurt, 'cause I was still alive when you left me with the dirt. You said you'd stay till the last breath, but lies come easy when it's death. I felt the silence in your stride. You let me go, then chose to ride. They say you wept above my grave, but tears don't count when you walked away. I wasn't cold when the dirt came in. I felt the doubt beneath your skin. I remember who left first, who turned from fight to funeral verse. You packed regret and called it grace, then let the dark become my place. Now I don't ride for wrath or curse, I just remember who left first. I saw you drink, I saw you kneel, but you never asked what I might feel. You told them I died brave and fast, but I heard that lie through every gas. Now here I stand, no flame, no pride, just bones that learned how truth can hide. I don't want blood, I don't want fame, I just want you to speak my name. I remember who left first, who didn't check if I was cursed. You kissed the dirt, then rode away and called it fate and left me gray. I ain't the one that broke the verse, I just remember who left first. You spoke of honor, spoke of trust, but both lie buried in that dust. I came back not to steal a fight, but to remind you what you write. I remember who left first, and how it felt to be reversed, buried warm, forgotten cold, with one last breath I couldn't hold. Now I'd lie, not bless, not curse, just the one who remembers who left first.
Breathing, I swear he was, but no one listened, dust was dust. They said he's gone and not just now, but silence ain't what dying felt. I held the nails but couldn't swing, just watched him close that box on him. I heard a whisper from the ground, and ever since it stayed around. I should've stayed until he knocked, should've watched that grave till dawn had talked, should've waited for one last breath, but I just turned and prayed for death. Now every step feels like I'm mocked. I should've until he knocked. The wind says things it shouldn't know, like how his boots still walk below. I see his hat in shadows cast. He don't forgive, just walks the past. Some nights I hear him near the door, dust in his voice but nothing more. I lit a light, it shakes each time, like ghosts don't need no bells to chime. I should've stayed until he knocked, held the line when the clocks all stopped. I ran from what I couldn't face. Now I just wait in this cursed place. You can't outrun what you unlock. I should've stayed until he knocked. They say he walks, I say he waits, with muddy hands and patient hate. And every dream I try to shake, he's there beneath what I forsake. I should have stayed until he knocked, but fear don't hold when time is shot. Now every night I hear that tread of someone I left cold, not dead. No preacher came, no time was clocked. I should have stayed until he knocked.
They laid me down for good, 6 feet in some splintered wood. But the box was light, the ground too dry, and I still had breath, I didn't cry. You walked away, you wiped your hands, left me to the worms and sand. But I ain't the kind that sleeps too long, you bury quiet. But I came back strong. Next time dig deeper, don't leave a crack in the dark. If you fear what you planted, you best burn it from the start. I rose through roots and broken cedar, so hear this now. Next time dig deeper. The preacher said some holy verse, but mercy don't mean much in dirt. I clawed through lies and half-meant prayers, the kind that rot in shallow layers. My boots are filled with mud and bone. I ride again, but not alone. The wind remembers, the land still speaks, and justice wakes where silence leaks. Next time dig deeper, don't trust the grave to hold. If you leave a man with fire, that fire don't go cold. You built your peace on broken sleepers, but I ain't done. Next time dig deeper, don't trust the grave to hold. If you leave a man with fire, that fire don't go cold. You built your peace on broken sleepers, but I ain't done. Next time dig deeper, don't trust the grave to hold. If you leave a man with fire, that fire don't go cold. You built your peace on broken sleepers, but I ain't done. Next time, dig deeper. Next time, dig deeper if you mean to end a name. I came back not for vengeance, but to walk you through the flame. No soul forgets the careless keeper. So mark this now. Next time, dig deeper. I passed the house on Old Crow Hill, the one we swore time couldn't kill. Thought it'd be dust or fire by now, but someone kept it safe somehow. The porch still moans like it remembers, the rocking chair still facing embers. And in the dark I damn near cried, a single lantern lit inside. Someone still leaves the lantern on, like I might knock before I'm gone, like they still think I ride this way. Though I've been born since Judgment Day, no name was said, no curtains drawn, but someone still leaves the lantern on. Been long and full of ghosts, but none burn bright like this one post. I left that place with blood and shame, figured they buried more than name. But mercy don't always shout loud, sometimes it waits without a sound. A flicker left for what was lost, a flame that don't care what it costs. Someone still leaves the lantern on, like hope ain't dead, just mostly gone. Like maybe bones can still come home, and shadows ain't meant all alone. No lock, no blame, no line withdrawn, just someone still leaves the lantern on. Not sure I'll knock, not sure I should, but something in that light felt good, like maybe part of me remains beyond the dust, beyond the chains. Someone still leaves the lantern on, and maybe that's where I belong. Not in the grave, not in the song, but where a flame still burns all night long. I saw the flame, I felt it call, a ghost of warmth beyond the wall. But when I reached, my hand drew back. Too much dust clings to the track. I wear the road like it's my skin, each mile a mark from where I've been. The fire ain't mine, not anymore, just burns behind a locked up door. Too far gone to come back clean. Too many nights where I've unseen. You left a light, I saw it shine, but I ain't sure what's left is mine. I walk between the what has been. Too far gone to come back clean. I kept my heart beneath the floor, buried it deep with sins and more. You called my name, I heard it clear, but names don't fit what lingers here. I'd bring you sorrow, not the man, just footsteps where no hope can stand. So I keep walking, boots to bone, a curse that's carved in dust and stone. Too far gone to come back clean. The blood has dried, the soul ain't green. You lit a flame, you meant it kind, but light like that don't follow mine. I'm what the dark forgot to mean. Too far gone to come back clean. In a different time I'd knock, I'd speak, I'd cross that line. But in this world of ash and steam, redemption's just a dead man's dream. Too far gone to come back clean. A name once carved, now lost between. You'll see my shadow, feel my dust, but don't mistake it for your trust. I ride alone, no in between. Too far gone to come back clean. They say the dead forgive in time, but time don't walk where I still ride. I ain't no ghost with hollow eyes. I'm what you left beneath your lies. You think a grave is where stories end, but bones remember every friend. You shut that lid, then drank your peace, but dirt don't trade in your release. Let go, don't forget what hands have done, what hearts regret. You buried truth, but not so deep, and now I ride while others sleep. Your boots may walk, your lips may sit, but the dirt, don't forget. I hear my name in campfire smoke. In every tale the silence chokes. You say I'm legend, say I'm gone, but I've been here all along. The wind still bends where I once fell. The ground still holds what you won't tell. No preacher's words, no iron gate, just earth that learned to carry hate. The dirt, don't forget, it holds the blood, it keeps it dead. You built your life on what you lost, but I'm the shadow in that cost. The grave remembers where you stood, 'cause the dirt, don't forget. No storm can wash it, no fire can cleanse. What the soil swallows it defends. Your sins grow roots beneath your boots, and I'm the harvest from those truths. The dirt, don't forget, I rose with mud still in my chest. You thought I'd fade like morning frost, but some souls ride when lines are crossed. So sleep well now, but don't forget that the dirt, don't forget.
He was breathing, I swear he was, but no one listened. Dust was dust, they said he's gone, and I just knelt. But silence ain't what dying felt. I held the nails but couldn't swing. Just watched him close that box on him. I heard a whisper from the ground, and ever since it stayed around. I should have stayed until he knocked. Should have watched that grave till dawn had talked. Should have waited for one last breath, but I just turned and prayed for death. Now every step feels like I'm locked. I should have stayed until he knocked. The wind says things it shouldn't know, like how his boots still walk below. I see his hat in shadows cast. He don't forgive, just walks the past. Some nights I hear him near the door, dust in his voice but nothing more. I lit a light, it shakes close each time, like ghosts don't need no bells to chime. I should have stayed until he knocked, held the line when the clocks all stopped. I ran from what I couldn't face. Now I just wait in this cursed place. You can't outrun what you unlock. I should have stayed until he knocked. They say he walks, I say he waits, with muddy hands and patient hate. And every dream I try to shake, he's there beneath what I forsake. I should have stayed until he knocked, but fear don't hold when time is shocked. Now every night I hear that tread of someone I left cold, not dead. No preacher came, no time was clocked. I should have stayed until he knocked.
Road don't speak my name no more. The stars don't shine like they did before. Folks see my shadow cross the street, like even death won't dare to meet. My boots still walk, but time walks past. Each mile a whisper from the last. I ride through towns where I once bled, but no one knows I ain't quite dead. I'm riding where I ain't remembered, where fire's cold and faces blurred, where songs forget the names they sang, and bells don't toll when outlaws hang. Just ashes on a wind that stirs. I'm riding where I ain't remembered. There's no one left to curse or pray, just ghosts I pass along the way. Their eyes don't lift, their tongues don't speak. We're all just stories death won't keep. I find old signs with letters gone, like time just wants to move me on. But I still hum that mournful sound of who I was before the ground. I'm riding where I ain't remembered, where love once lit but now won't burn, where fences rot and preachers flee, and names like mine sink silently. No welcome left, no past to stir. I'm riding where I remember. No tune, no tale, no candle flame, no soul alive still speaks my name. But I still ride through dusk and dust, 'cause even the forgotten must. I'm riding where I ain't remembered, not cursed to die just riding where I ain't remember.
Before the knock, felt the cold creep through the lock. That ain't wind outside your door. It's me and I remember more. You drank your guilt, prayed time would fade, but bones don't sleep where lies are laid. You sealed the box, then rode away. Now every hoofbeat knows you stayed. I ain't here to kill you, ain't here to scream or burn. Just stand where the sky still turns. I came back to face you, so you'd feel the ache. I ain't here to kill you, just to watch you shake. You wear a face that's aged in shame. You whisper now, you curse my name, but I remember every tear you never shed while I was near. No bullet rides with me tonight. No rope, no blade, no judge in sight. Just eyes that saw what truth you broke, and boots that rose from ash and smoke. I ain't here to kill you, no wrath, no gun to draw. Just the echo of what you saw. I came back to haunt you, not to raise the stakes. I ain't here to kill you, just to watch you shake. Too kind for that. You buried me, now wear the tracks. No fire, no mercy, just the past you faked. I ain't here to kill you, just to watch you shake.
rust and rot, just meat and stone. But even silence keeps its sound, and some names rise from underground. I ain't in books or holy song, but fires burn when I ride long. You can't kill what don't forgive, you just teach it how to live. The West still whispers my name through canyon winds and smokeless flame. It rides on rails and cracks in glass. It hums in boots that walk too fast. You can bury a man, but not his flame. The West still whispers my name. I ain't no ghost in chains of blood. I'm thunder hid beneath the mud, a tale to curse for saints to hold, a breath that never quite grows cold. They mark their maps, build towns and graves, but I still drift where memory caves. I don't need eyes to see the sin. The land still speaks where I have been. The West still whispers my name in lonely bars and burned window panes. It lives in stories scared to end, where law once broke I never been. You can close the book, still feel the flame. The West still whispers my name. They'll say I died, then change their tone. Each year my myth walks more alone, but truth don't rot and lies don't rest, and I still ride the haunted West. The West still whispers my name, soft as dust, sharp as blame. I ain't in church, I ain't in fame, but every rider knows my claim. So if the wind grows cold and strange, it's 'cause the West still whispers my name. I saw the sky beneath my feet, the stars all blinked but none could speak. My horse was bones, my hands were flame, but still I rode and spoke your name. No sleep for me, no death to keep, just endless roads that cut too deep. I close my eyes but never rest, just dreaming spurs and second breaths. I dream in dust and thunder, in winds that pull my soul asunder. No
peace, no grave, no sky to claim. Just broken wheels and ash for rain. The fire fades, but I stay under. I dream in dust and thunder. There's faces now I can't recall. They drift like smoke, they rise and fall. I used to ride for love and sin. Now I forget what lies within. The moon turns red, then black, then none. Time spins its thread and comes undone. I reach for light, but it won't stay. Just vanishes like yesterday. I dream in dust and thunder. Through fire fields I slip and blunder. No name, no past, just broken plains where silence bleeds and thunder rains. I ride beneath what life went under. I dream in dust and thunder. Just echoes now of who I was. A ghost that rides because he must. The storm don't stop, it only wonders why I dream in dust and thunder.
Before the dust, before the fire, before the gallows and the choir, I was just a man who rode back home with open arms and worn down bones. She met me there, barefoot and brave, pulled me close and let me stay. No devil, law, man, blood or shame, just a woman who spoke my name. She called me by my name. Not outlawed, not cursed, not damned or blamed. In her eyes I was still worth the flame. Before the world forgot, she called me by my name. The nights were short, the stars burned low. I'd hold her hand like it still glowed. She'd hum a tune I can't recall, but even now I hear it all. She kissed my scars like prayers, not sins. Took the fight out from within. No wanted posters, no blackened frame, just her and I and one soft name. She called me by my name. Not ghost, not shadow, not walking flame. She knew the man beneath the blame. Long before I fell, she called me by my name.
once more, I'd give the world to hear her call my name.
This place is out past fences torn, where graves don't hold and stars are worn. No maps can find, no names remain, but I still ride that silent plain. The trees all lean when I pass through, the rocks remember what they knew. The earth don't speak, but still it sways like it recalls my buried days. I ride where the wind knows my face, past time, past men, past saving grace. Not ghost, not flame, not born again, just dust that moves like thoughts and men. No heaven waits, no holy place, just roads where the wind knows my face. The blood is gone, the hate is still, but now it hums instead of kills. I don't speak much, I don't look back, past just rides behind in black. There's names I knew now lost to sand, but they still whisper through the land. And when the coyotes call at night, I swear they howl my name just right. I ride where the wind knows my face, trail to blaze, no war to chase. Not saint, not sin, just something old that never been, that never told. I fade with grace, I leave no trace, but still the wind knows my face. The trail behind is carved in bone, no echo left that ain't my own.
I've ridden through what can't be named, left fires cold, left ghosts unclaimed. The sun don't rise the way it did. The sky looks down but keeps me hid. No prayers remain, no blood to spill, just silence where the heart goes still. No one rides after me, no boot will match my memory. I ain't a tale that fades and breaks. I'm the sound the mountain makes when dusk rolls in and shadows flee. Know this, no one rides after me. I walked through fire and came out bone, but still I claim this road alone. The saints stepped back, the devil stared, but none could follow where I dared. There's nothing left for me to find, just stars too far and hills behind. So if you hear that final breath, it's just me brushing past your death. No one rides after me. This is the end of destiny. I buried love, I burned regret. Now even time knows what it meant. No cross, no tomb, no legacy, just truth. No one rides after me.
They closed me in with prayers and pine, said soft goodbyes, pretended fine. The crowd walked off, the preacher lied, but you stood still and stepped aside. You held the hammer, knew the weight, but let one nail escape my fate. And in that space where silence grew, I heard the truth, and so did you. You forgot the last nail, left one breath and broke the seal. The dirt was fresh, the dark was thin, and I still felt the world within. You thought the grave would end the tale, but you forgot the last nail. Split soft beneath my hand. The coffin sighed like shifting sand. You turned your back, you lit your smoke, while I was clawing through the oak. The worms were blind, but I was not. Still tasting fire, you thought I'd lost. It ain't revenge I come to find, just proof you left your mark behind. You forgot the last nail, left me inches from the sun. You should have sealed it cold and clean, but doubt slipped through where hope had been. Now every hoofbeat tells your tale. You forgot the last nail. Forgot the last nail, and now I ride beneath your sin. The grave don't shut when hands hold back. It breathes and lets the dark slip in. You buried me with fear and fail. You forgot the last nail. I heard prayers you didn't mean, felt the dirt fall in between. You walked off thinking I was done, but death don't stick to everyone. The box was weak, the grave too wide. You left me room to change my mind. Now here I stand, boots full of mud, not dead enough to miss the blood. Didn't nail the lid, now I'm here with rusted breath and a trail of fear. Your sin still whispers in my ear. You should have made that coffin clear. The worms were kind, the dark was long, but vengeance keeps the spirit strong. No tombstone could forget my name, the cold just sharpened up the flame. You drank your peace, you slept so sound, but some things don't stay underground. I brought my shadow, left the rest. You'll know me by what haunts your chest. Didn't nail the lid, now I'm here, risen slow through smoke and smear. You kissed the past, now feel it near. A breath behind, a hoof step clear. borrowed coat. Now I ride with fire in my throat. No preacher's words, no heaven's gate, just me and the weight of a shallow fate. Didn't ever live, now I'm here. You see my shadow when night draws near. A crack in the wood, a soul too sheer. You should have buried me in fear. You should have buried me in fear.
The shovel scraped the sky, felt every tear, you didn't cry. You turned away while I still prayed. Too soon to go, too late to stay. I spoke your name but no one heard. Buried beneath the world blurred, I begged the dark to let me be, but dirt was all that answered me. I was still breathing dirt, still dreaming of the sky. You closed that box too early, didn't even say goodbye. My hands still reach for morning, my heart still full of hurt, but all you saw was silence while I was still breathing dirt. Carved a stone with words I hate. Rest in peace felt like escape, but peace don't come when hope still burns, and time don't stop, it just returns. You left too fast, the nail half drove, and I rose up through roots and loam. Not for revenge, I came back slow, still chasing what I used to know. I was still breathing dirt, still crying through the clay. You thought the grave would hold me, but love don't rot away. I ain't a ghost with hatred, I'm just a soul that hurt, still reaching through the silence, still breathing in the dirt. Don't call it death if the fire stays lit. Don't bury me if I ain't quit. The sky still holds my name out loud, and I still walk beneath the cloud. I was still breathing dirt, still begging for one more sun. You thought my song had ended, but I'd only just begun. I'm not here just to haunt you, I came back raw and hurt, 'cause I was still alive when you left me with the dirt.
You said you'd stay till the last breath, but lies come easy when it's death. I felt the silence in your stride. You let me go, then chose to ride. They say you wept above my grave, but tears don't count when you walked away. I wasn't cold when the dirt came in, I felt the doubt beneath your skin. I remember who left first, who turned from fight to funeral verse. You packed regret and called it grace, then let the dark become my place. Now I don't ride for wrath or curse, I just remember who left first. I saw you drink, I saw you kneel, but you never asked what I might feel. You told him I died brave and fast, but I heard that lie through every gasp. Now here I stand, no flame, no pride, just bones that learned how truth can hide. I don't want blood, I don't want fame, I just want you to speak my name. I remember who left first, who didn't check if I was cursed. You kissed the dirt, then rode away and called it fate and left me gray. I ain't the one that broke the verse, I just remember who left first. Trust, but both lie buried in that dust. I came back not to steal or fight, but to remind you what you write. I remember who left first and how it felt to be reversed, buried warm, forgotten cold, with one last breath I couldn't hold. Now I ride not blessed, not cursed, just the one who remembers who left first.
He was breathing, I swear he was, but no one listened, dust was dust. They said he's gone and I just knelt, but silence ain't what dying felt. I held the nails but couldn't swing, just watched him close that box on him. I heard a whisper from the ground, and ever since it stayed around. I should've stayed until he knocked, should've watched that grave till dawn and talked, should've waited for one last breath, but I just turned and prayed for death. Now every step feels like I'm out. I should've stayed until he knocked. The wind says things it shouldn't know, like how his boots still walk below. I see his head in shadows cast, he don't forgive, just walks the past. Some nights I hear him near the door, dust in his voice, but nothing more. I lit a light, it shakes each time, like ghosts don't need no bells to chime. I should've stayed until he knocked, held the line when the clocks all stopped. I ran from what I couldn't face, now I just wait in this cursed place. You can't outrun what you unlock. I should've stayed until he knocked.
I say he waits with muddy hands and patient hate. And every dream I try to shake, he's there beneath what I forsake. I should have stayed until he knocked, but fear don't hold when time is short. Now every night I hear that tread of someone I left cold, not dead. No preacher came, no time was clocked. I should have stayed until he knocked.
Thought they laid me down for good. 6 feet and some splintered wood, but the box was like the ground too dry, and I still had breath, I didn't cry. You walked away, you wiped your hands, left me to the worms and sand. But I ain't the kind that sleeps too long. You buried quiet, but I came back strong. Next time dig deeper, don't leave a crack in the dark. If you fear what you planted, you'd best burn it from the start. I rose through roots and broken cedar, so hear this now. Next time, dig deeper. The preacher said some holy verse, but mercy don't mean much in dirt. I clawed through lies and half-meant prayers, the kind that rot in shallow layers. My boots are filled with mud and bone. I ride again, but not alone. The wind remembers, the land still speaks, and justice wakes where silence leaks. Next time dig deeper, don't trust the grave to hold. But if you leave a man with fire, that fire don't go cold. You built your peace on broken sleepers, but I ain't done. Next time, dig deeper. I passed the house on Old Crow Hill, the one we swore time couldn't kill. Thought it'd be dust or fire by now, but someone kept it safe somehow. The porch still moans like it remembers, the rocking chair still facing embers. And in the dark I damn near cried, a single lantern lit inside. Someone still leaves the lantern on, like I might not before I'm gone. Like they still think I ride this way, though I've been born since Judgment Day. No name was said, no curtains drawn, but someone still leaves the lantern on. The road's been long and full of ghosts, but none burned bright like this one post. I left that place with blood and shame, figured they buried more than name. But mercy don't always shout loud, sometimes it waits without a sound. A flicker left for what was lost, a flame that don't care what it costs. Someone still leaves the lantern on, like hope ain't dead, just mostly gone. Like maybe bones can still come home, and shadows ain't meant all alone. No lock, no blame, no line withdrawn, just someone still leaves the lantern on. Not sure I'll knock, not sure I should, but something in that light felt good. Like maybe part of me remains beyond the dust, beyond the chain. Someone still leaves the lantern on, and maybe that's where I belong. Not in the grave, not in the song, but where a flame still burns all night long. I saw the flame, I felt it call, a ghost of warmth beyond the wall. But when I reached, my hand drew back. Too much dust clings to the track. I wear the road like it's my skin, each mile a mark from where I've been. The fire ain't mine, not anymore, just burns behind a locked up door. Too far gone to come back clean. Too many nights where I've unseen. You left a light, I saw it shine, but I ain't sure what's left is mine. I walk between the what has been, too far gone to come back clean. I kept my heart beneath the floor, buried it deep with sins and more. You called my name, I heard it clear, but names don't fit what lingers here. I'd bring you sorrow, not the man, just footsteps where no hope can stand. So I keep walking, boots to bone, a curse that's carved in dust and stone. Too far gone to come back clean. The blood has dried, the soul ain't green. You lit a flame, you meant it kind, but light like that don't follow mine. I'm what the dark forgot to mean. Too far gone to come back clean. Maybe in a different time I'd knock, I'd speak, I'd cross that line. But in this world of ash and steam, redemption's just a dead man's dream. Too far gone to come back clean. A name once carved, now lost between. You'll see my shadow, feel my dust, but don't mistake it for your trust. I ride alone, no in between. Too far gone to come back clean. They say the dead forgive in time, but time don't walk where I still ride. I ain't no ghost with hollow eyes, I'm what you left beneath your lies. You think of graves where stories end, but bones remember every friend. You shut that lid, then drank your peace, but dirt don't trade in your release. The dirt don't forget what hands have done, what hearts regret. You buried truth, but not so deep, and now I ride while others sleep. Your boots may walk, your lips may sit, but the dirt don't forget. Campfire smoke in every tale, the silence chokes. You say I'm legend, say I'm gone, but I've been here all alone. The wind still bends where I once fell, the ground still holds what you won't tell. No preacher's words, no iron gate, just earth that learned to carry hate. The dirt, don't forget, it holds the blood, it keeps the dead. You built your life on what you lost, but I'm the shadow in that cost. The grave remembers where you step, 'cause the dirt don't forget. No storm can wash it, no fire can cleanse. What the soil swallows, it defends. Your sins grow roots beneath your boots, and I'm the harvest from those truths. The dirt, don't forget, I rose with mud still in my chest. You thought I'd fade like morning frost, but some souls ride when lines are crossed. So sleep well now, but don't forget that the dirt don't forget. Don't speak my name no more. The stars don't shine like they did before. Folks see my shadow across the street, like even death won't dare to meet. My boots still walk, but time walks past. Each mile a whisper from the last. I ride through towns where I once bled, but no one knows I ain't quite dead. I'm riding where I ain't remembered, where fire's cold and faces blurred, where songs forget the names they sang and bells don't toll when outlaws hang. Just ashes on a wind that stirs. I'm riding where I ain't remembered. There's no one left to curse or pray, just ghosts I pass along the way. Their eyes don't lift, their tongues don't speak. We're all just stories death won't keep. I find those signs with letters gone, like time just wants to move me on. But I still hum that mournful sound of who I was before the ground. I'm riding where I ain't remembered, where love once lit but now won't burn, where fences rot and preachers flee and names like mine sing silently. No welcome left, no past to stir. I'm riding where I ain't remembered. Tale, no candle flame, no soul alive still speaks my name. But I still ride through dusk and dust, 'cause even the forgotten must. I'm riding where I ain't remembered, not cursed to die, just cursed to learn that some return too late for songs too hollow now to right the wrong. So let me pass, no words conferred. I'm just riding where
that ain't wind outside your door. It's me, and I remember more. You drank your guilt, prayed time would fade, but bones don't sleep where lies are laid. You sealed the box, then rode away. Now every hoof beat knows you stay. I ain't here to kill you, I ain't here to scream or burn. Just stand where the sky still turns. I came back to face you, so you'd feel the ache. I ain't here to kill you, just to watch you shake. You wear a face that's aged in shame. You whisper now, you curse my name, but I remember every tear you never shed while I was near. No bullet rides with me tonight, no rope, no blade, no judge in sight. Just eyes that saw what truth you broke, and boots that rose from ash and smoke. I ain't here to kill you, no wrath, no gun to draw, just the echo of what you saw. I came back to haunt you, not to raise the stakes. I ain't here to kill you, just to watch you shake. They thought I'd fade with broken bone, just dust and rot, just meat and stone. But even silence keeps its sound, and some names rise from underground. I ain't in books or holy song, but fires burn when I ride along. You can't kill what don't forgive, you just teach it how to live. The West still whispers my name through canyon winds and smokeless flame.
can bury a man, but not his flame. The west still whispers my name. I ain't no ghost in chains or blood. I'm thunder hid beneath the mud, a tale too cursed for saints to hold, a breath that never quite grows cold. They mark their maps, build towns and graves, but I still drift where memory caves. I don't need eyes to see the sin. The land still speaks where I have been. The west still whispers my name in lonely bars and burn window panes. It lives in stories scared to end, where law once broke I've never been. You can close the book, still feel the flame. The west still whispers my name. They'll say I died, then change their tone. Each year my myth walks more alone, but truth don't rot and lies don't rest, and I still ride the haunted west. The west still whispers my name, soft as dust, sharp as blame. I ain't in church, I ain't in fame, but every rider knows my claim. So if the wind grows cold and strange, it's 'cause the west still whispers my name. I saw the sky beneath my feet. The stars all blinked, but none could speak. My horse was bones, my hands were flame, but still I rode and spoke your name. No sleep for me, no death to keep, just endless roads that cut too deep. I close my eyes but never rest, just dream in spurs and second breath. I dream in dust and thunder, in winds that pull my soul asunder. No peace, no grave, no sky to claim, just broken wheels and ash for rain. The fire fades, but I stay under. I dream in dust and thunder. There's faces now I can't recall. They drift like smoke, they rise and fall. I used to ride for love and sin, now I forget what lies within. The moon turns red, then black, then none. Time spins its thread and comes undone. I reach for light, but it won't stay, just vanishes like yesterday. I dream in dust and thunder, through fire fields I slip and blunder. No name, no past, just broken plains where silence bleeds and thunder rains. I ride beneath what life went under. I dream in dust and dream in dust and thunder. No roads, no wrong, no spell to sunder. Just echoes now of who I was, a ghost that rides because he must. The storm don't stop, it only wonders why I dream.
Before the dust, but before the fire, before the gallows and the choir, I was just a man who rode back home with open arms and worn down bones. She met me there barefoot and brave, pulled me close and let me stay. No devil, law, man, blood or shame, just a woman who spoke my name. She called me by my name, not outlaw, not cursed, not damned or blamed. In her eyes I was still worth a flame before the world forgot. She called me by my name. The nights were short, the stars burned low, but I'd hold her hand like it still glowed. She'd hum a tune I can't recall, but even now I hear it all. She kissed my scars like prayers, not sins. Took the fight out from within. No wanted posters, no blackened frame, just her and I and one soft name. She called me by my name, not ghost, not shadow, not walking flame. She knew the man beneath the blame long before I fell. She called me by my name. She
carve my name in shallow stone, then let the wind grind down the bones. No prayers, no flowers, no last line, just dust and time and whiskey signs. I waited long, I rode in dreams, but mercy dies when silence screams. They close their doors, turn down the light, so now I walk to reignite. They forgot, so I became the fire. A breathless blaze and barbed wired choir. No tomb can hold what they erase. I ride with hell behind my face. No name, no grave, no funeral lyre. They forgot, so I became the fire. I beg the world to see me once, not as a ghost but flesh and rust. But they just drank, then wiped the glass, left me buried in my past. Now every step I take is flame, each footprint brands what won't be named. I don't return with blood or blade, just heat for what the code betrayed. They forgot, so I became the fire. A warning lit on devil's wire. I ain't your friend, I ain't your fate. I'm what you left and now too late. No peace, no ash, just rising higher. They forgot, so I became the fire. They forgot, so I became the fire. A name unspoken, riding dire. I tried to fade, I tried to rest, but silence lit this rebel chest. Now every mile will feel me dire. They forgot, so I became the fire.
Take the dream in the past. I get what dreaming.
There's places out past fences torn, where graves don't hold and stars are worn. No maps can find, no names remain, but I still ride that silent plain. The trees all lean when I pass through. The rocks remember what they knew. The earth don't speak, but still it sways, like it recalls my buried days. I ride where the wind knows my face, past time, past men, past saving grace. Not ghost, not flame, not born again, just dust that moves like thoughts in men. No heaven waits, no holy place, just roads where the wind knows my face. The blood is gone, the hate is still, but now it hums instead of kills. I don't speak much, I don't look back. The past just rides behind in black. There's names I knew now lost to sand, but they still whisper through the land. And when the coyotes call at night, I swear they howl my name just right. I ride where the wind knows my face. No trail to blaze, no war to chase. Not saint, not sin, just something old that never bent, that never told. I fade with grace, I leave no trace, but still the wind knows my face.
The trail behind is carved in bone. No echo left that ain't my own. I've ridden through what can be named, left fires cold, left ghosts unclaimed. The sun don't rise the way it did. The sky looks down but keeps me here. No prayers remain, no blood to spill.
silence where the heart goes still. No one rides after me, no boot will match my memory. I ain't a tale that fades and breaks. I'm the sound the mountain makes when dusk rolls in and shadows flee. Know this, no one rides after me. I walked through fire and came out bone, but still I claim this road alone. The saints step back, the devil stare, but none could follow where I dare. There's nothing left for me to find, just stars too far and hills behind. So if you hear that final breath, it's just me brushing past your death. No one rides after me, this is the end of destiny. I buried love, I burn regret, now even time knows what it meant. No cross, no tomb, no legacy, just truth. No one rides after me. No one rides after me, not gods, not men, not memory. The wind may whisper, but it won't stay. I ride beyond what words can say. So mark the dust and let it be. No one rides after